Hello sports fans, welcome to Super Sports Central. Today we have my Week 12 college football rankings. So last week's rankings, at number 10 I had Clemson. They beat Louisville 31-16. 9 was UCLA. They were upset by Arizona, losing 34-28. 8 was USC. They easily beat Colorado, winning 55-17. 7 was LSU. They got the ugly 13-10 win over Arkansas. 6 was Oregon. They lost to Washington 37-34. 5 was Tennessee. They destroyed Missouri, winning 66-24. 4 was TCU. They defeated Texas 17-10. 3 was Michigan. They cruised to victory against Nebraska, winning 34-3. 2 was Ohio State. They destroyed Indiana, winning 56-14. And 1 was Georgia, who beat Mississippi State easily, winning 49-19. So this week's rankings, coming in at number 10, I'm going to go with Oregon. They suffered their second loss of the season, and they fall from number 6 to number 10. And now their second loss, it's to good team to Washington, so both their losses are to good teams, Washington and Georgia. But now that definitely eliminates them from college football playoff contention. And now they're definitely still in the Pac-12 race. That was just their first conference loss of the season. But they're going to need to bounce back very quickly, as next week they have Utah before they go to Oregon State. So they don't get an easy game to try to bounce back with, as it's right on to Utah, another quality team. So Oregon comes in at number 10. Number 9 is Clemson. So they beat Louisville easily, but Louisville was without their starting quarterback, Malik Cunningham. Clemson dominated running the football, running for 248 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. And they also officially clinched a ACC championship berth, where they will face North Carolina in the ACC title game. Number 8 is Alabama. So they're re-entering my rankings after being 11 last week, after their loss to LSU. They come back in at number 8. They got the win over Ole Miss. They bounced back from their loss. Their defense was great after halftime, only allowing 7 points, and they got a key stop on 4th down to seal the game. And Alabama has not lost consecutive regular season games since 2013, and they come in at number 8. Number 7 is USC. They got the easy win over Colorado on Friday night, but they lost star running back Travis Dye to a season-ending leg injury. And now USC is probably the Pac-12's only hope to get into the college football playoff, after Oregon and UCLA both lost this week. But USC has 2 tough games remaining against UCLA and against Notre Dame. So it's definitely going to be difficult for USC if they do want to try to make a playoff push. And for USC, the defense was once again concerning. They played against one of the worst offenses in college football and still allowed 17 points. But USC comes in at number 7. Number 6 is LSU. They got the win over Arkansas. It wasn't pretty. It was even worse when you look at the fact that Arkansas was playing without their starting quarterback, KJ Jefferson. But LSU came out on top with the win. And now Alabama's win over Ole Miss also officially clinches a spot in the SEC title game for LSU, who will play Georgia. So LSU comes in at number 6. 5 is Tennessee. They got the big win over Missouri. They had a huge bounce-back performance, putting up 66 points. Heisman contender Hendon Hooker was great in his final home game for Tennessee, accounting for 4 total touchdowns, 3 passing, 1 rushing. And Tennessee definitely remains a possibility to make the college football playoff, especially if they keep destroying bad opponents and putting up 60-plus points. Number 4 is TCU. They had another big win this week in a surprisingly low-scoring game against Texas. It was 17-10. TCU improved to 10-0. They also clinched a spot in the Big 12 title game with their win over the Longhorns. So now TCU continues to beat good teams and show they're a true playoff contender. And I have them staying at 4. I could definitely see the argument for them at 3 over Michigan, but I'm going to keep TCU at 4 right now. 3 is Michigan. They got the easy win over Nebraska, winning 34-3. Star running back Blake Corum had over 100 yards for the 7th straight game, and Michigan remains undefeated and remains at number 3. Number 2 is Ohio State. They got the big bounce-back win over Indiana after their close win over Northwestern last week. They destroyed Indiana, winning 56-14. C.J. Stroud had 5 total touchdowns in the win. The only bad thing for Ohio State about the win is star running back Mayan Williams was carted off with a leg injury, and their other star running back Travion Henderson already didn't play. So the Ohio State running back room is going to be very, very thin if Mayan Williams has to miss time. But Ohio State right now comes in at number 2. Number 1 is Georgia. They easily beat Mississippi State to clinch a spot in the SEC championship game, which they will face LSU. And now Georgia didn't have a letdown against Mississippi State. They got the easy win and will remain at number 1. And now my updated college football playoff predictions. So last week, I had 1 Georgia, 2 Ohio State, 3 Oregon, 4 Tennessee. So now Oregon suffered their second loss of the season, so they're out. And I'm going to put TCU in there at 3. I didn't originally have them in there at 3 because I thought they would lose against Texas. But now TCU could win out, and the only concern I have about TCU is if they win out and then lose in the Big 12 championship game, because the highest I see them ranked going into championship weekend is 3. So if they take a loss there, I don't think they're going to still remain in the top 4, so that's the only concern I have. But on my updated college football playoff predictions, 1 is Georgia, the SEC champion. 2 is Ohio State, the Big 10 champion. 3 is Ohio State, the undefeated Big 12 champion. And 4 is Tennessee, who is 11-1 with their 1 loss to Georgia. So those are my Week 12 college football rankings. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my rankings, disagree, and why. Make sure to turn on notifications as I do my best to post as often as possible. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I do my best to post as often as possible, and I will see you in the next video.